Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This video is going to be kind of heavy. It's one I really didn't want to make, but given the situation, I just want to speak my opinion on it. It may not be a popular one for some people, but it's the truth and it has to be said. If you've been into international politics recently, I'm sure you've seen the xenophobic attacks that have been going on in South Africa, where they're just killing foreigners who have created businesses or established themselves in certain parts of South Africa. And I put the definition on the screen of what xenophobia is. But pretty much at this point, the South Africans are angry and upset. And it looks like the politicians are also backing them up. And they're not liking the fact that there are foreigners settling there and they're the majority of the population, which is often in discussion in American politics as well, but that's not what we're talking about today. It's been crazy. I will link the professor that had an interview and did a really great job explaining exactly the situation, but this is just going to be my opinion on what's going on over there. I was going to include some images of the distress, but it was very graphic. There was just too much. I don't want that type of negativity in you guys' eyes, so I'm just going to use the most appropriate photos that I found. And for the sake of this video, I'm going to use Africa and Africans pretty loosely. Yes, I know Africa is a continent, but since most countries were colonized and deal with the issues of colonization to this day, I'm just going to use it generally, okay? Don't come at me. For the life of me, I do not understand what the issue is with the continent of Africa. Seriously, it's like the oldest civilizations come from that area, but to this day, it just cannot be brought together. I don't understand if the problem is religion, if it's politics, if it's sexuality, if it's poverty, if it's the sun. I do not understand what is the problem. If I had to choose one problem, it would definitely be tribalism. That is the ultimate downfall of Africa. People are too tribalistic on that continent. But I digress because that's not what I want to focus on right now. That's a whole different video about being too tribalistic. Even though that is an issue with what's going on in South Africa, but I'm not going to focus on that right now. I know it's very hard to believe for Black Americans, but I keep repeating this so we can all be on the same page eventually. The hatred among Africans, and majority of us are all the same color. The hatred that runs in our cultures are very, very, very deep. Mark my words, there are certain cultures and certain groups in Africa to this day, in daylight, broad daylight. If settlers were to go back to Africa, or any group was to go back to Africa and say they want to slave, they want to buy people, they will sell them. They will sell their neighbors. They will sell the tribe they don't like. They will sell people in Africa in 2019 while the cameras are rolling. Trust me. If they can burn somebody alive while cameras are rolling, why can't they sell them and gain a profit from it? People are very hateful in Africa, like super evil. And there's a lot of shady stuff in governments and in politics that allow them to continue to do so. If you study the politics of South Africa right now, you will see they pretty much are encouraging them to do these xenophobic activity. It's, I don't know, y'all. I don't even know. It just pisses me off. It stresses me out. I really hate talking about African politics sometimes and seeing the things that they do. Like, the most absurd part is how they choose to carry out their justice. The jungle justice method in Africa is absolutely inhumane, and I don't know when we're going to get past it. They literally burnt a man alive on videotape in the middle of the streets. What is the difference between that and the KKK and what they did to slaves and Black Americans? Y'all let me know if I'm reaching, but I don't see a difference. They're literally pulling someone out to burn them alive because they don't like them being there. They don't want them taking their jobs. They don't like their tribe or wherever they're from. What's the difference? Except now they're both the same race. I know the KKK still exists in America to a certain degree, but think about how long ago it was that they were actively doing this type of activities. But we're in 2019 and we're seeing this live worldwide. People getting pulled and burnt because of where they're from. Since the South African government is not properly handling the situation, but are actually making it worse, now you have other countries that are getting pissed off because they're seeing their citizens being killed in South Africa. Now you got countries like Nigeria releasing statements, and I don't put it past Nigeria. Y'all try it. We know they're good for some jungle justice. That's for sure. They do that to each other every day on the normal. There's nothing for them. But I hope this doesn't become that type of instance for real because it's already too messy. But like I said, there's no such thing in Africa as, oh, bring whoever committed the crime back to this country so they can, serve time or do justice for what they did. There's no true system to unify various countries. There's no extraditing somebody somewhere. It is what it is. The government can tell their citizens, oh, do not react, don't do this, da da da, but it's called jungle justice for a reason. Like I said, I certainly hope that it does not get to that point. But violence is always an option for a lot of people in a lot of these areas. They don't like it when you mess with their family, their tribes, their people. They come back with a vengeance, and they don't come back with gunshots or they come back with machetes. They come back with machetes and ritual sacrifices for that ass. Okay, excuse my French. But yeah, this is just really draining to talk about. I just hope there's a peaceful solution to be found. I hope the world shames them to where this is not ever an option for them. We need people to back out financially from South Africa. A lot of these companies, and you know what else is pretty interesting? They're not doing it to the white settlers there. They're not doing it to the white migrants. They're not doing it to the Asian migrants. They're only doing it to their fellow black migrants from other African countries. I thought that was pretty interesting. Feel free to leave a like and a comment below. I know I didn't cover it for the exact story, but it was just my brief opinion on the general glance at everything. And yeah, thank you for listening. I'll talk to you guys in another video.